All right, my friend, we are live. Fuck yes. You can hear me okay, I assume?
I hear you fine.
All right, buddy. I see we are live on my channel.
Yeah, I see it.
And that means we're living the dream. So I'm very excited about this. So greetings and aloha, everyone. What's going on? It's Mike's from LiveMyAssOff.com and the Doorman. Straight from Boston. See, this is just kind of like the moon landing that they did in a soundstage. Todd is not actually in Thailand. He's in fucking Boston.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, I'm still set in Hackensack, actually.
Yeah, right back in near Hoboken. And so let me clarify first for my mom. Mom, you probably should not be watching this live stream because there's going to be language on here that is not normal for me.
Sorry about that. I tried.
That's all right, dude. Yeah, no problem dropping the F-bombs. We're all adults here. So anyway, guys, good to see you. Glad you are here. Joe, I knew you would be here. Thank you so much for coming in. Scuba Tom, Cody. Hey, Jose. Good to see you, my friend. Born Nomad, you're a regular now, dude. Thank you so much. Aztec, I knew you would be the first one in here. Thank you so much. And of course, guys, this is Todd. So dude, honestly, all the videos you've been doing on your channel, hugely helpful, right? For a ton of the guys. And so what I wanted to do is pretty much like start from potentially the frustration you were feeling in the US that got you to the point where it's like, screw this, dude. I don't care if it's $1,600 or $16,000. I'm getting an elite visa. So what led to that? Was it, I mean, just missing Thailand or what?
Well, my girl came over in January. We got married, and I decided to retire, and July came around. We decided to go ahead and get her put on a flight and send her back, and we got married like a week before she came back.
A week before she came back in January or June?
Well, actually, July.
July, sorry.
She came back August 1st, I think she got back, or July 30th. Actually, we got married at the beginning of July, and I was going to try to get the spouse visa.
Yeah.
They wouldn't even touch it. I can't say why, but they just wouldn't touch it.
Okay. So then when you were first thinking about the... Go ahead.
I applied for the elite visa on July 20th after I found out the embassy wouldn't touch it. I knew I wasn't going to get on that flight. I had everything all set up, ready to go. Had my flight booked for July, and the embassy said no. So, all right.
And at that point, you were like, okay, I'm moving to Thailand because my girl is there? Or like, you're like, yeah, my girl's there, but this is insane here in New York and New Jersey. Like what was the higher sort of...
Up here for shit's getting insane, and it's getting insane again.
Yeah, which is
got out when I did.
A bit
even
sad.
Cambodia apparently getting a little insane because the Hungarian guy.
Yeah, but it doesn't sound like they're not like setting fire to Walmarts, you know. So all right, so she left when? In August?
July. She got back July 30th.
Okay. And she had to quarantine, right? Thailand was in that mode?
Yeah. She had to stay quarantined.
All right. So you applied for, and some of these questions are actually going to be selfish because, as you know, Gracie, I'm having Gracie apply for the elite visa now too, right?
Yeah.
So, and thank you, by the way. Hey, let me just first say, guys, if you have any questions or any needs regarding elite, talk to Todd. Because the guy he gave me, and thank you again, Russell, is a killer representative. The customer service is amazing. I can't even imagine how amazing the customer service is going to be when I actually give these guys 16 grand. They're probably going to be like massaging me over the internet. But from the day that you applied, like you sent them the email, about how long between that and the payment, and then what happened after that?
All right, so since I wasn't going to get in on a spouse visa, I went ahead and I applied on July 20th online for the elite visa.
Okay.
18 calendar days later, August 7th, they sent me a letter and I was approved.
Okay.
Now that processing time now could take a little longer because a lot of people are applying for it.
Right.
But I didn't pay for it until I can't remember. It was probably mid-August 17th, I believe.
So like week or two later.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
oh yeah, it actually I think it was maybe the 24th when I paid. Because the 17th is when they started talking about allowing people with the elite visa to enter Thailand.
So
And
I was going to ask you that.
One was the 19th. People started.
So you were like, look, dude, I'm applying for an elite visa because I know that I'm going to get treated well and I'm going to be able to get in and out of Thailand. Even before they said, oh, by the way, if you have an elite, you can get into Thailand now.
In a way, they were saying they're working on it. They were saying, yeah, you'd be able to get in. They're working on it, but it's not definite because it was just in principle still. And they didn't get final approval, I think, on the 17th or 19th, either one. But I got official word on the 17th, but I don't think it really went public until the 19th.
Okay. All right. So the 19th, then basically you're in the system and you're like getting ready to go. And just so you guys know, thank you very much for the recommendation for putting his channel link in here. I'm going to put it in right now. All of you guys should be able to click on that and go to Todd's channel, go to the Doorman's channel. So, all right, so you get that, and then you guys are going back and forth. And what's sort of your plan at that point?
Sell my Camaro.
Ah, okay, so it was like, get rid of my shit, and I'm like backpacking it to Thailand.
Pretty much. Well, 2 bags and a backpack.
Good for you. I had 3 bags in a backpack, so good for you.
Oh, the rest of the stuff got shipped in August too, so I shipped some stuff.
Oh, you shipped stuff to Thailand?
Yeah, not a lot. Just
okay.
Shit. Yeah.
All right, right on.
Probably shit in 25 years, however long I stay. I'll probably never use again. I don't know. It's like the stuff I got in my storage unit in Missouri. I haven't went back to my storage unit probably in 10 years, and I still pay for the damn shit. Why?
10 years you've been paying for it, huh? Dude, that's awesome. I went 3 years with my storage unit. Did quick math. I'm like, I have bought everything in this fucking storage unit twice. Come on. But all right. So
I paid my elite visa when I paid it, if I can get the month to come back up. I paid, I think, the 21st after I sold my car. Or maybe I'm not sure what day I sold my car, but I think I paid on the 24th of August because it takes 7 business days a week. 7 business days. So I got approved on the 2nd of September for my payment. So it takes 7 business days. They were supposed to submit my name on the 2nd to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for my visa stamp. But for some reason, they didn't submit it for a week later after the 4-day weekend Thailand had.
Okay, that makes sense. It's a holiday, and Thailand is luxurious about that.
Well, they could have submitted it on the 3rd, but I didn't get my visa stamp on the 25th like I was supposed to.
Okay, yeah.
So I already had my flight booked on the 29th. I'm not leaving, and I knew Cambodia could help me because I was already in touch with them at the beginning of September. I could have been here really September 26th. It would have been a push. It would have been a push, but I could have made it on the 26th.
I remember actually putting that date in my calendar because you were like sharing that online, and I'm like, dude, 26th, and I like put it in. Now, but that was to Bangkok, right? That wasn't to Phnom Penh.
No, that was to Cambodia.
Actually. Oh, okay. So you were like,
no, you're right. You're right. September 22nd would have been to Bangkok, yeah, from Phnom Penh.
All right.
If I would have went, but that would have been a big push. So I would have at least made it by October 14th. That was their next flight. I could have made that one definitely if I wouldn't have made September 26th flight.
But the way you were looking at it, you're like, look, I'm going to pay for this and I'm going to get it in the system, but I'm not hanging around in the U.S. to get this, like, to get your sticker from the Thai embassy. You weren't bothering? Okay. All right.
They had me appointments set up for the 25th, and the embassy didn't have anything and then I contacted Elite Visa, and they didn't get my name submitted on the 2nd. They waited until the 9th for some reason. But you know what? All this way they're doing this is all new to them, so it was taking time. I was like one of the first new members to apply for it because of COVID.
But how different was I'm like, when I'm going back and forth with this Russell guy from the Elite, and it sounds like a lot of the process at the beginning is the same as it's always been.
Yeah, you just got to get approved by the ministry and to get the visa, and then you pay it, and then it's another 7 days after you pay it, or 7 business days after you pay it, and then you can start applying for your stamp.
Okay.
In the old days, you could just fly in on a visa on arrival and get the stamp at the airport. You can't do that now. You got to do it in your own country now. So that's another 15-day process, 15-day business day process.
So wait, so you're telling me like people cannot fly into, they can't get all the process together and then fly into Cambodia just like you did and then get it at the embassy in Cambodia?
Well, that's what I did. They can do that if you're American. Every country can do that.
Okay.
The Chinese can't do it. They're not allowed. Because there's a couple of people from China that has an elite visa. They can't do that because they're from China.
Interesting.
Okay. I think there's 6 countries, but I don't remember them off the top of my head. I think India is one of them. I can't remember the other one. It was back in August when I found, or it's early September when I found out.
Okay. All right. So then when did you land in Phnom Penh?
I landed
29th, right?
30th September.
Okay. And so between September 30th and when did you come in? November 10th?
When I found out I wasn't going to get my visa stamp at the New York Embassy on the 25th, I had them, Elite Visa, to submit my name to get it done in Phnom Penh on the 28th. And they did submit it on the 28th. And my approval date to get the visa stamp was on the 20th. But the embassy notified me, I believe it was on the 7th, 7 business days, again, that I was approved to get my visa stamp, but they didn't have, the only stamps they had were the green stamps, which is lifetime members. They didn't have the gold stamps, and they had to wait for those to come in. And but I sent that email or that message to the Elite, and they said, go ahead and submit your TMEQ for your quarantine.
Okay.
Which the other American there, they told him to wait until after he got the stamp put in. So it's a little conflicting between people. Depends on who you are, and I don't know. But he got his stamp the same day I did, and he got his COE the same day I did. And it wasn't even his appointment yet.
And this has been Phnom Penh.
Yeah. His appointment was supposed to have been, I think, on the 29th of September.
Oh, okay.
Mine was on the 20th because he submitted his name after me. I did it before I left, but he was in Phnom Penh on that Friday before I got there. But he didn't get his name submitted until after me. So it was his appointment was after mine. But he ended up at the embassy with me the same day. We both got our visa stamp and our COE.
Because based on the process you've gone through, I mean, obviously it's taken some time, but it seems like you've been treated really well and they like handled it. Because I'm having a real hard time getting in communication with the Thai embassy in Manila. And it sounds like you were able to like communicate with the guys at the Thai embassy in Phnom Penh. Yeah,
they're not busy. They don't have the Thais wanting to go back.
And they're open like every day, right?
Except maybe Cambodia holidays and Thai holidays, but I still need answers on those days.
See, that's great. See, the thing with the Thai embassy in Manila, which of course where Gracie would effectively go, is that like the auto response from the email is, sorry, we're on limited hours. And so they have like less people and they have the doors open less days. So I'm thinking, shit, dude, I'm just going to ship Gracie to Phnom Penh and go through the Todd 1000. And then she'll be like able to do what you did, dude. I mean,
well, if you can get her a business visa and a sponsor, she can go.
I know. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay, I was going to say, because I know that like when she and I were going to go to Vietnam, this is a while ago, I could either get like a 1-year regular tourist visa, multiple entry, stay for 90 days, up to 90 days. But I could also like pay a little bit extra money and then get like a business visa for Vietnam. So the business visa though, because again, she's not 50, right? So she can't get like the retirement visa or whatever. So what would you recommend to someone under 50 trying to get into Cambodia right now? Like how would they get a business visa without getting a letter of sponsorship?
I don't know if you can even get a business visa. I think it's possible to get a business visa without a sponsor, but it may be a little harder. Yeah. I don't know exact regulations for it.
Right.
But when I did mine, that was another thing. I was waiting for approval on what elite visa members could come in. So that's why I decided to get the business visa in Cambodia.
Okay.
I was going to go there and wait.
Now, you got a business visa for Cambodia?
Yeah, it was a business visa, the inner visa, or Cambodia.
But you didn't have a company sponsoring you. It was because you were like over 50 or something, right?
Over 50 and had a monthly income.
Right.
I was retired, which they're not offering it. So.
I noticed that. And in fact, it's funny because they were offering that at the embassy, the Cambodian embassy in the US, but not at the Cambodian embassy in Manila.
Well, it's not even offered in the United States anymore. I think after I got mine, a week after I got mine, they quit offering for retirement purposes.
Oh, dude.
Trust me, the Friday before I flew, I emailed the embassy in DC. I go, is my visa valid? And they sent me an email back. Goes, it's signed, stamped. Have a safe trip. Okay.
You're like, thank you, friggin' Buddha, dude.
But
oh my God.
But when I got to the airport, they were like, emailed the immigration department in Cambodia. It took them 30
because they're like, you shouldn't have this.
Yeah. Because I didn't have a sponsorship. But I showed them everything else, and they emailed the immigration to make sure, and 30 minutes later, all right, you can check in. So I was on my way to Taipei.
Wow. That's pretty awesome, dude, that the friggin' embassy got back to them on email. So you just like stood there for 30 minutes thinking, well, I'm either
hung out outside, smoked a couple of cigarettes because I knew I had a long flight coming.
Wow, that's pretty good, man. Good for you. All right, so the quarantine process that a lot of people are bitching about here in Bangkok. First of all, you had to quarantine in Cambodia, and the process was you get to Cambodia. Yeah, and you give them what? Did you just like give them your credit card and they dinged it for $2,000?
No, I actually gave them $2,000 cash.
Okay.
Did my 2 days. Wait, we had to wait, make sure there was no positive COVID on the flight. If that was the case, if there was a positive, had stay there for 14 days. So, but since it wasn't one, I self-isolated. Of course, I did half of it at the river, and then I moved because the Wi-Fi sucked. So,
is that why you moved? Because I'm like, dude, the friggin' view at the river was a lot nicer.
Exactly, it was nicer, but the Wi-Fi totally sucked in that place, especially around 7 or 8 o'clock at night. Everybody's on the Wi-Fi doing work, and it just throws me off.
Yeah, trust me, I get that. I mean, I travel and I'm like, okay, yeah, I've got like a 5-star hotel, but the fucking Wi-Fi, it's like, dude, I got to go to the beach or something. We forget it. All right, so Cambodia was decent. I mean, you updated us like crazy. And again, you guys, let me just share the link to Todd's channel again if you haven't seen the videos. Let me also say hello to Mr. Mitch. I see you were there in the. Oh, what do you got? What the hell did you do? Would you get an infection?
Well, No, I was getting bit by bugs, man. Something in that apartment. Ever since I've been here, I haven't been bitten once. I don't know.
You sure it's not COVID?
Nah, it's not COVID. Speaking of which, it's probably about time for me to take a temperature check. What time is it?
You're not using a rectal thermometer, right?
No.
All right, good. Well, at least it doesn't taste. At least it doesn't taste like one. But all right, so you got to do what you're doing right now, and then what do? Do you like open up an app on your phone and report your temperature?
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Okay. Yeah, you could just nod yes or no as you're doing that. What is it? It says like 60 seconds. Now, do they give you this thermometer and they're like, hey, dude, check your temperature and then use this app and make sure you do this? Like, how often do you have to do it now? Once a day? Twice
a day.
Okay.
Oh, see, they already sent me a message at your convenience. Can you send your temperature and show it? It's on the Line app. I'm connected to them.
Okay, so wait, when were you supposed to do it? Like at 9 this morning or something?
Just at my convenience.
Really?
Yeah. They actually sent that at 9. At 9, I can't even read the time on there. 8:56 they sent the message. So I'm a little late. Oops.
How Thai is that? We're in a friggin' global pandemic and they're like, hey, so at your convenience, can you just let us know if you're
Exactly. Do you have a temperature?
Yeah.
The first day I came in, first day I got here, when I got here on the 10th, I bought this 3-in-1 coffee and I just wanted a cup and I took it like right before I did my temperature. So my temperature was a little warm because I had hot coffee.
One of the guys on my chat, he's like, hey, dude, like put your hands around a cup of coffee and then go into one of those sensors at 7-Eleven and be like, oh my God, he's 39. He's dying. Let's like put him in the freezer in 7-Eleven, right? But all right, so Cambodia, yeah, a couple of the guys were commenting about the views were really cool. Yeah, like that rooftop you had in your condo. That was pretty sweet, dude. Did you like Cambodia?
It's all right. It wasn't New Jersey, so it was better.
Yeah, right. There you go. Okay, that's fair. All right, so you get over here, and now you're in quarantine. And, I mean, you're in what? Just today's day 3?
12 and a half days to go.
Hey, do you have that schedule?
So it's half over.
You have that piece of paper schedule? I want you to show that to the guys because that was so cool, dude. I mean, they gave that to you, and it was like personalized. Like they're like, okay, sir, you're here on day number 1.
They probably do this every day. They probably got a spreadsheet. They can just change the dates, or actually, they just write the dates underneath of it. So,
and then
the first one, see how dark the red one is here, because that's your first day of arrival, so you could be fairly highly contagious. But on day 5, the first yellow one, that's when you take your test, and then on 2 more over, that's day 7, that's when you're going to be allowed to go up on the rooftop. But as you go, you can see the colors going lighter to actually green at the end when you're getting out, dark green. So on the 12th day, I will take another COVID test, my second one, and I'll get the results back on the 14th. I check out between 6 a.m. and 11 a.m., and I'm out. So that's pretty much my schedule. But on day 5, I get to do my first test. Day 7, I'll get to go up on the roof. But the guy next door said the roof doesn't look all that great. He said there's better views from my balcony.
So let me ask you about that because I've heard guys say, yeah, I got like a 5-star hotel, but some 5-star hotels, they don't have balconies. I mean, dude, if I didn't have a balcony, that would suck. Like, did you look for hotels that had a balcony? How did you decide on O2 Luxury?
The balcony.
Mm-hmm.
They had a balcony because I didn't want to be stuck in a room. I at least want to go out on my balcony. And I guess some hotels don't allow you even to go out on the balcony until after your first COVID test.
Yeah, that would kind of bother me. Now, did you get like the base? Like what? Like, do you have are there levels there? Like small room, big room?
They got the regular room, which was 33,000 baht, and this was 43,000 baht.
Okay, yeah.
Days. But it's the premium supreme.
Yeah.
So the living room's separate. Now I kind of wish I would have just got a regular room. That way I can just lay on the bed and watch TV or whatever. Here I got to actually sit on this.
Your couch? Oh.
Small ass dinky couch for short people.
How do you put your legs up? Do you have like a coffee table? You can like sit back or what?
I don't have fun. I actually laid down on it and had my feet hanging off the side, and it kind of hurts after a while. But,
yeah. Well, I mean, that's why they call it a love seat, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Now the food. What about? Oh, actually, so Aztec asked a question. So it goes, how do they test you? Swab up the nose, blood test, mouth, what?
My first test in New Jersey, it was just a swab up the nose. Mm-hmm. And I got lucky on that test because usually a lot of places in New Jersey wasn't getting results back in 5 to 7 days.
Jesus. Where did you go? A local hospital or a clinic or what?
It was a A-plus clinic in Clifton, New Jersey. They were able to get, I took the test on Saturday morning at 8 o'clock. They actually had the test results back on Sunday, but the clinic's closed on Sunday. So I couldn't pick them up until Monday. And that was within 72 hours of my flight, the test and the results.
That cost anything?
For me, no, not there.
Okay. You just went in and said, hey, I need a test for flying.
Yeah, they put it on my insurance.
Oh, so. All right. Nice. Okay. And then that was your first swab test. I mean, did they jam it up your nose or is it just like?
It's not jamming it, but they put it up there far enough where it's going to make you pull back. You can feel it tickles the fuck out of your nose inside.
My brain.
It touches that sensitive spot, makes you want to pull back.
Yeah, right. You like smack the guy in the face. All right, so you did that. So that was your first. So did you have to do any more tests, any more physical tests before you left the U.S.?
No. Oh well, I had a. Did I do? No, I didn't have to do a fit to fly because Cambodia didn't require them.
Ah, okay, fair enough. So you got to Cambodia. Did they swab your nose in Cambodia once you showed up?
As soon as you land at the airport, you go through. You pay your money. Mm-hmm. Go through immigration. They stamp your passport and put your entry card on there, stapled it on there.
Okay.
And get your luggage, and then you go to testing area. They got set up in the airport. They do a throat swab and a nose swab.
Oh, okay.
And then you're sitting there waiting on the bus to take you to a hotel.
Are you waiting for the results?
No, in the quarantine hotel is where you're waiting them at. That's why you're required to stay in the quarantine hotel for at least 2 days to get the results back. And if no positives, everybody go self-isolate wherever. And if there's a positive, everybody's stuck in the quarantine for 14 days.
Okay.
And actually 2 days before I came here, they had 2 positives on a flight.
But not your flight.
Not my flight.
Yeah.
Flight coming in.
So after you're doing that. Go ahead. So after you're doing the 2 days in quarantine in Cambodia, the whole plane comes back negative, right?
Yeah.
Do they have an app in Cambodia too, just like in Thailand?
They do. It's called the FPCS. Actually, the hotel's supposed to register you on that, but I registered myself. I just like to register myself to make sure it's done because I'm just a person that don't rely on somebody else doing it.
I get it.
But when I moved to the other place, the guy there that was running the place, he actually did do it because I couldn't find the sub-district this place was in because it's outside the city center. And outside the city center, they didn't list any of the sub-districts. So I don't know what it was, but he knew it. So
after the second day, and then basically the Cambodian government basically says, okay, you can leave the state quarantine approved hotel. They give you a notice of some kind. Okay. And then then they're like, but wherever you go next, you need to continue with this app. You just need a new address in there.
It wasn't really required to do it, but I did it myself. I just heard
Okay.
It's like the immigration app in Thailand. You can get on that and do your 90-day reporting, and you just keep updated. Like if you move, you're supposed to update your address with the government. So
Okay.
it's an immigration app more than it is a tracking app.
Okay. And then how did you find this condo? Like, and I mean, did you just go on Airbnb and then, I mean,
Yeah.
everybody, so, and no matter who it was, they didn't have to be like approved by the government. This was just like a regular condo you would have rented anywhere.
Yeah. I found it on Airbnb and he let me pay cash to save the Airbnb charges.
Nice. Yeah. No, trust me. I get that. First day you show up.
The money that I paid him extra though, he put it towards the light bill when I left. So I only owed like $6 for lights.
Free, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it was like $2 for the water usage, and I did my laundry every other day. So
nice, good for you. Yeah. Did you have a requirement to stay in that? Like, if you weren't waiting for the stuff to get to Thailand, like with the visa and Elite, did you have to stay at that guy's condo for a minimum amount of time?
No, I could have left.
Okay.
Since I paid cash, and if I left early, he probably would have gave me my money back. So.
But as far as the government goes, they were like, no, you're clean. You can do whatever the hell you want in Cambodia for the rest of your life.
Well, up to the first 13 days, you had to, make sure they knew where you were at.
Okay.
So, because on the 13th day, you go to the hospital, the Premier Friendly Soviet Hospital or whatever it's called.
Soviet Hospital?
Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
Okay. Mildly.
But, yeah. Okay. On day 13, you line up, you get your tests, go back the next day, get the results, you take it to the bank, and you're pretty much free after that. And I'm sure they sent it to the government, and they sent a copy to the bank.
Okay.
Electronically, but they gave me a copy because I don't know why they made me pay, but maybe it was the bank I used that I put my deposit in. Maybe they required that you get the results back on paper, so it cost $30.
Okay. So how much money did you? What does it end up costing?
I got $1,630 back out of my deposit. So
that seemed to be what I was estimating. Like it's going to be like about $300.
Yeah, 300 something. Yeah, 370, I think.
And they gave you like U.S. cash back?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Because in Cambodia, like the ATMs give out American cash, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's one good. You don't have to worry about what do they call it, conversion rate charges by your bank.
Right. Yeah, it's like they're gonna fuck you, but who cares? Cody was saying that he said it was uncomfortable to get the swab test, but not as uncomfortable as kidney stones. I'm like, Jesus Christ, if that's your fucking test, dude.
I never had kidney stones, but I heard about them.
Yeah, I can't. Oh yeah, I never had kidney stones, but I've had the COVID test. So you leave Cambodia and you come over here. Okay, so no, after you got to that guy's condo, any more tests in Cambodia, or were you done completely?
I had to take a test Saturday before I flew, because you have to take you have to take the COVID test for Thailand, get the results within 72 hours of your flight. The test, but since they get the test back the next day at 5:00, I was going to say you could test on Friday and get your test back on Saturday. But the thing is, it didn't have a time, so they probably look at it and say, well, the time starts at midnight Saturday. That puts you outside of 72 hours. So you had to wait until Saturday to get tested, get the results the next day, then go Monday and get a fit to fly from a different clinic. And the guy just put the stethoscope up on my back and had me take me in some inhales and check my lungs. And that was it.
Okay, nice.
And I had a fit to fly.
Now, you used a service in Cambodia called ESTE, E-S-T-E, right? Is that what they're called?
Estes Holiday Inc.
Okay. And they, like, did you just Google how the hell to get to Cambodia? Like, I mean, how to get out of Cambodia? How'd you find these guys?
found them in somebody mentioned them on, there was a group I was following in Cambodia, you know, how to get people trying to get to Cambodia on a business visa or something. I can't remember what it was, but I was following that group until I made a smart ass comment. I didn't get put in Facebook jail, but I got kicked out of the group. So it's just such people can't stand the truth and they got to ban you from shit. Really?
Well, dude, didn't you also have guys like pinging you for support, and then when they didn't like the answer, they're like, "Oh, I want my money back."
I want to give me another coffee right quick.
Do it up, meaning you're going to have another 3-in-1 like the fucking big boy.
Yeah, and actually, mine is supposed to be the shit coffee.
Weasel. Yes.
Weasel coffee. I bought this at the airport in Cambodia. If it was in Vietnam, yeah, you could believe it, but it's Cambodia. Come on, man. You know what
yeah, that's true. It's probably not even that real company. They probably just put the logo on there. All right, so like,
do they have copyright infringement laws in Southeast Asia?
Not in any of the markets I've been to, dude. I've been buying Adidas sneakers for like $14 for years. Now there was a little bit of a delay in Cambodia leaving your flight leaving, and that remind me. I think you said it was because they were making sure like everybody got on the plane or everyone was tested, or what was that deal on that?
That was when the flight attendants tried to explain it. I couldn't understand what she was saying because she didn't speak very good English.
Okay.
But one of the ground crew guys came on from AOT, and I actually got to ask him what was going on. He said they have to wait to make sure everybody that came from Thailand got through immigration before they took off, because they didn't want to leave. You know, if they couldn't get through immigration, they had to take them back to Thailand.
Now, was this more to make sure that like the Thai citizens were getting repatriated? Like, what percentage of the plane would you say was, you know, guys like you and me, like basically just like trying to get over here, and how many Thais do you think there were trying to get back home?
I think there was like 52 foreigners.
Okay.
And I think 32 Thais people.
Okay.
So it was about 80 people on the flight. But it was still enough room where they can keep a middle seat open.
Yeah. Now, did they have an X like or whatever, or they just didn't have people in middle seats?
They just didn't have nobody in. There was one row. It was a family. I think the mother, father, and child, they put them in all in one row, so they can set them in one row.
Okay. Nice. So what did it take you? Like, would you take off like a couple hours late? I mean, it's no big deal, obviously, but
I think we finally got off the ground at 2:30, and our original arrival was 2:25, so we even missed that arrival.
Right.
Because it got moved up an hour, so it was 1:45. We were supposed to get in Thailand,
right?
And our original arrival was 2:25, and we didn't leave until after that. So what the hell? Whatever. So I didn't quarantine on a plane or in a hotel room. It's the same thing.
Yeah, because you're just like, dude, I don't care if I have to sit on this plane for a half a day. I'm getting my ass to Thailand, right? I mean,
yeah, it's supposed to be an hour and 10-minute flight, but I think it only took like 45 minutes to get here. I just had a tailwind.
I'll tell you, dude, the domestic travel I've been doing in Thailand, everyone gets there early. We always leave early, and it never takes the amount of time that it's supposed to. I mean, no one's flying, and the planes are like half empty, you know? So,
but other than that, it wasn't too bad of a flight. Even my 18-hour flight or 15-hour flight to Taipei was nice because I didn't have nobody sitting next to me. I had 3 rows I could lay out in.
What did you fly? EVA? Yeah. They're great. I mean, their customer service, even during is pretty good. So that's cool.
And they got good leg room anyways in economy. I was going to upgrade this premium economy because I wanted more legroom. And the guy's like, "Why? You got 3 seats to yourself. You can lay down if you want." Oh, okay.
Thanks, dude. Saved me
they talked me out of it.
Yeah. They're like, no, keep your money. Okay, great. Sure. All day long, dude. Nice. Okay, so you land in
twice.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you land in Bangkok, and it's obviously, you're coming in on an international flight. So you were in the international terminal, but like as you're getting off the plane, walk us through like that sort of experience.
There are people in their chemical suits and all that, COVID suits.
Yep.
Sitting there directing you which way to go. You can't wander off somewhere else. And there's like seats set up for you to sit down. They ask for all your paperwork again. You showed up at the airport in Cambodia. Mm-hmm. Well, you may want to walk through that first because in Cambodia, the state holiday had their table set up to check your papers that were in order before they let you check in. Just like in America, when I came here, the airline was set up before check-in, checking all your paperwork before you were able to check in. They don't want nobody getting on a flight that ain't supposed to and turn around and have to bring them back. And especially if there ain't no flights coming back, they're going to be stuck here for a month. Especially here. But from Taipei, I think there's a flight every day going back to New York. So it's a little easier to send somebody back.
Now, this flight that you were on, I mean, it was with like a service, obviously. It was like a pseudo charter service, right?
Yeah.
And Thai Smile, was that the carrier?
Thai Airways, Thai Smile.
Right.
Small flight.
Everybody on the plane went through that service? Or did some people just like go online and, oh, really? Okay. That's the only way.
From over there. You had to go through them because it was a charter flight.
Okay. Yeah. Now, you mentioned to me that they like put pictures of you or whatever on their Facebook page. I looked and I tagged you. And I'm like, hey, Todd, they're like, thanks, Mike.
Actually, it wasn't for Facebook. It was actually for the airport itself. They're used for a advertising scheme to show there are international flights leaving.
Okay.
You may want to be taking pictures of people coming, showing there's international flights coming, not leaving.
Yeah. Look at all the people getting the hell out of our country. No.
Should be advertising people wanting to come, not wanting to leave.
Yeah. Look at all the beautiful beaches you could go to after giving us $2,000, and then, we give it back to you. We promise. So after you land in Bangkok and you go through like that, then do you go through the regular immigration? Like, are you standing in those immigration lines with the booths, or was there a separate special thing for you guys to stamp in, basically? Because you said you got a red stamp. You got red ink, baby.
Yeah, I got red ink with a blue expiration date next year.
Fair enough.
Actually, they have a pre-immigration set up. Okay. Checking everybody first before they go through the actual normal immigration stands where they actually do the stamping, but they're just pre-checking again, just to make sure everybody's legal, and that way they can go through the immigration. If you're not legal, you want to get sent back probably somewhere. I don't know where.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask you that. So was there anybody that, like, you're standing there, you're like, yeah, here's my paperwork. Everyone's like, yeah, here's my paperwork. Was there anyone that was like, oh, shit, I forgot my...
Not that I know of. I didn't hang out. So I just wanted to get through myself and get through. But apparently there was one girl that didn't make the flight. Ouch. She was an American, and we talked about it in your Bangkok Strange Room. Remember?
Yeah.
It has an emotional support animal. It's called a guinea fowl. What the hell is a guinea fowl? Other
like
words, yeah. And she had papers from the government in the United States saying she's allowed to travel with this guinea fowl.
What is it, like a KFC thing?
Yeah, I don't know for sure what it is, but she even had papers from Thailand. She was approved to bring this bird into Thailand. But
the airline was like...
I don't know if it was the airline that denied her, or she just didn't have her ducks in a row for a visa, and the embassy didn't give her a visa. I don't know. I didn't find out.
This was an American chick.
Yeah, I think she was trying to get a business visa for Thailand. And then she's like, well, then I guess. I don't know. Sell her chicken and get a new one? I don't know.
Upgrade? Wow.
Upgrade, yeah.
All right. So then you get your red stamp.
Like,
Did you like walk?
And she's like thinking, well, it's good until 90 days, and then I could do a visa run. I didn't say anything. She just said this in the group chat. She's going to do a visa run in 90 days. I don't think so.
That's like a full month commitment. You got to quarantine and quarantine.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's another thing. That's another thing about this TR visa. If you got 500,000 baht, why go to the work hassle? You only it's actually only good for 60 days, and you can extend it for 60 days.
Sure. Yeah.
15 of those days, you're going to be stuck in quarantine. So you got 45 days now.
No, I completely agree. Yeah, I mean, it's like, I mean, again, it's not nothing, right? 500, it's like about $16,000. But at the end of the day, you also get a visa that's good for 5 friggin' years. Who the hell knows what's going to be going on between now and 5 years from now? I mean, come on.
Right.
So you stamped in and you go into, like, we pretty much, most of us, I'm sure in the chat, have been to Savarnabhumi. So you go through immigration and then you stamp in, and there's the baggage claim. Was it the same process, or were you escorted with like hazmat suit people everywhere?
No. Nothing's open.
Right.
So you can't exchange money. You can't go to the duty-free shop.
Can't get a SIM.
And you can't get a SIM card. So you're stuck inside the baggage claim area to get your bags. And then they got you directed to go over through the customs area.
Right.
Which usually nobody gets checked.
Right.
And then just wave you through, or they wave you through.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
And when you come out into the waiting area, you got a line going towards door 9, door 10.
Yeah.
No, door 9, and the other one towards door 10.
Okay.
Downstairs in the arrival area.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to go towards door 10, and there was a woman there waiting on. I had a tag on. The first tag I had, it said ASQ.
Okay.
And then after they figured out which hotel I was going to, they gave me a different tag to put on. So by reading my tag, she knew I was going where I'm the one she's picking up. Oh, you must be Todd. Yes, that's me. And she took me to the van. They threw me in the back of the van, and there's a big plexiglass shield between me and the driver. But he has his COVID suit on and everything still.
Right.
And he drives to the airport, and as soon as he gets here, he takes it all off and gets back in the van and leaves.
Okay, so it was just you and the driver. You had your own private driver.
Pretty much. Yeah. It was a van where more people could get in it, but I'm the only one coming here from the airport on that flight. So
interesting. Okay. All right. So you show up at the hotel. How, I mean, was it, I mean, check-in process was probably a little bit weird. Anyone at the hotel wearing a hazmat suit?
Oh, yeah. They all wear them. And it's not really a hazmat suit. It's like the blue gowns that they wear. But when I got here, they sent me to the medical check-in. They checked my temperature, asked me medical questions, asked me if I'm taking any medication. And I showed them I'm taking my blood thinners. And I didn't show them the meloxicam, but it's a good thing I talked to my doctor yesterday. He said, don't take the meloxicam for your back while you're taking the blood thinners. Well, you should have told me that last month.
Important safety tip. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Well, I took 2 of them in Thailand or Cambodia because my right sciatic nerve was really fucking. Yeah. And at least it helped. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But now the right one's or the left one's fucking with me a little bit. So, speaking of copyright infringements, these sunglasses.
Are those $2 Ray-Bans?
No, these are Oakley's.
Oh, of course they are.
They're a brand that they don't sell anymore because there's a singer that has the same name as these sunglasses. He's a rap singer.
I didn't know that.
And He has his own sunglasses lying out, so I can't really say what kind of these are, but it's a dog type. It's a name of it's a type of a dog.
Fair enough. Nice, dude. Good job. I mean, again, you showed us the hotel room, so we don't. And again, let me just one more time. I'll put up Todd's the link to Todd's. You guys can go that and check out. I think it was either the most recent video or like 1 or 2 ago where you did the tour of your apartment, right?
I think I've done about 6 videos now.
Nice.
I'm bored.
So I mean, first of all, would you recommend this place?
O2, yeah. The only issue I had was with my Apple box connecting to the Wi-Fi, and they sent a tech guy up there, and he was here like 20 minutes, and got my Apple Wi-Fi working, Apple box.
That's
Apple
fantastic.
TV box.
20 minutes?
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah.
The guy next door has a Chromecast mirror thing, and it said it took him 2 hours to figure that one out.
Yeah.
To get it connected.
Yeah, well, I'm sure if Dana was on here, he would give me shit about the fact. Oh, Mike, it's an ecosystem. You gotta love Apple. Okay, Dana. How did you find O2? Did you just like look around? Like, why did you decide? Other than the balcony, because we talked about that. You said it's got to have a balcony, which I totally get, dude. But how did you say, okay, is it close to the airport? Like, what price?
Location wasn't an issue because we were stuck inside anyway. So why do I want to be down in a hotel downtown Bangkok watching everything
that you can't touch
and you can't touch it for 15 days?
Nice.
But I am going to stay in Bangkok one night after I get out. So I changed my dates to the hotel. And how do you say it? Pattaya or Pattaya?
Pattaya.
Pattaya. Pattaya? I don't know. Pattaya.
Yeah, Pattaya. Whatever. It doesn't. We all know what we're talking about.
Yeah, but I changed my date to the 26th till the 30th because I want to actually go to Nana Plaza. I want to see how dead it actually is.
Well, it depends when you go. I mean, at night, obviously, it's a little busier, but they're doing a ton of construction. That's what it's more busy during the day with a whole bunch of guys like with chop saws and all this stuff.
No, I want to go at night and maybe take a walk on Soy Cowboy just to see how busy that is too, compared to what it's normally is. Because
I see
it's a lot dead.
I see Aztecs in the chat, so definitely you and I will have to go over to Soy Cowboy and have some spicy sausage.
Spicy sausage.
There you go. All right, so hold on though, because I mean, you and we're going down to the fireworks festival in Pattaya.
Yeah.
So what day are you gonna? So you're gonna be in when you're done. What day are you done quarantine?
25th, and I'm gonna stay one night here because I got to do a couple of things on the 26th. I need to get a hold of the hospital, see if they can get me an appointment set up for the 26th when I get out of here for my DVT, my blood clot.
Okay,
I need to get some more medicine because my medicine only runs till the end of this month.
So that's not. I mean, that's the great thing about Bangkok. You can get medications everywhere, which is nice.
Yeah, but they're going to do a new ultrasound on it too, so just to double check it, see how it's looking. So,
do you already have an appointment? Like, are you going to Blumengrad or something? I mean, you go to the VIP hospital or where?
Hold on. I gotta find it first. Hold on. Which browser am I on? I can't tell anymore. Apparently, I got 2 browsers open, and I think they're both Google Chrome. Let me see if I can get in my. I can look on my phone. Hold on.
Are you staying at the O2 an additional night, or are you going to stay like down near Nana?
No. Oh hell no! As soon as they let me out at 6 o'clock on the 25th, I'm getting out.
You're done.
I'll probably stay back Bang Na. Hold on.
That's way down by us. That's not near Nana. By us, I mean.
But there is the train goes all the way down there. So I've been down there before. Yeah,
absolutely. Okay, cool. All right, well, cool. That's like literally 2 stops away from where I live. So awesome. Now, is your girl going to meet you?
Yeah, she's coming down. She's coming down the 18th.
And what's she gonna do? Just stand out your window and like hold a boombox over her head? I love you, Todd.
Like on what is it? The Simpsons.
Yeah,
He's doing a lot on The Simpsons. Millhouse holding the boombox over his head for Lisa.
Millhouse. Yeah, absolutely. You'll be like, honey, don't. Well, where's she going on the 18th? I mean, is she gonna like stay near you or just stay with friends?
Her sister stays here.
Oh, she lives. Okay, cool.
Her sister lives in. I got to open the map to see where it's at. I actually had to say it. Yeah, Bang Nok.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been there. I've been down there before too. So I sat in the mall down there on a Sunday watching the Japanese Grand Prix on my phone.
Nice, dude. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. That works out good. Okay. So is she going to be with you like starting that day for like? Is she going to be down in Pattaya for the fireworks?
Yeah. She's going. And after the 30th, apparently. First, second, third, and fourth in Nam Padang, they got a festival going on. I told her we may not get there on the first, but we'll get maybe the second. I don't know.
Like a Thai holiday festival? I mean, not fireworks.
I'm not sure what kind of festival it is, but they're having a festival in her village. So I have no idea what it is.
Nice.
I don't know if it's all over Thailand they're having them or just having a festival in their village. So.
And then what's your plan? Are you guys going to like travel all over Thailand for the rest of your life? I mean, does she have a job? Does she work? Does she have a...
Right now she doesn't have a job because of COVID, because there's no tourists, but maybe in a couple of months if tourists start picking up, but I don't think it is.
Yeah.
Not too many people got 500,000 baht laying in a bank account.
Yeah.
For 6 months.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, because when Gracie eventually gets over here, I mean, she's got a shop back home, but it's in like a Filipino village, right? So it's like her customers are Filipinos. And then what about Phuket? You mentioned Phuket a ton of times. Are you guys going to like double click on Phuket? 16 candles. Thanks, Joe.
Eventually.
Remember the boom box over the head, 16 candles? Yeah. Was it 16 candles? I can't remember that, but yeah, it makes sense. That was a funny movie. Because obviously you want to get to the beach, dude. Like, how long is it going to be before you get to the beach?
2 days.
Oh,
fireworks show is on the beach. Hello.
Yeah, hello, focus, right, Mike's?
It's going to be a little busy though, because all the Thai people are going to be there because it's a weekend and they're probably making a public holiday.
It's I will tell you, when was I there? I think the last time I was at the fireworks festival was maybe 3 years ago, maybe 2 years ago. And I mean, they block off all of Beach Road, right? But they also have like a half marathon. Like there's this big thing, people go, there's a race. But I mean, again, this is all before. So I don't know what's going to happen this time, but I mean, I had no issue like booking my hotel that was fairly close to the beach. You're staying at the base? You're staying at those condos?
Yeah, it's probably up off. I think they're up off Second Road.
Yeah,
but you got a view of the beach, or a view of the ocean. Dude.
Are you gonna stay up there for the fight, dude? It's so much better on the beach, man. You're not gonna
I'll probably go to the beach, but I have to make sure I wear my mask since I'm newly in country. I don't want to affect anybody.
So I will tell you that my experience is gotta wear it at 7-Eleven. This coffee shop, like, I mean, I'm sitting outdoors and all of the Thais walking by me right now on the beach, none of them are wearing them. When you're in like a very Thai sort of neighborhood, it's pretty lax, but the nice thing is if there's ever a sign that says wear your mask, I mean, everyone puts it on. It's friggin' awesome.
Yeah. Dude, I have it on no matter what. May not be on properly because sometimes I may have it
over your down over your mouth.
Have it down like this so I can smoke a cigarette. But usually, even if I'm smoking a cigarette and I see somebody walking towards me, I'll put it up and I won't take a hit off my cigarette, just out of respect.
Sure.
Of course, there's a lot of people in the United States, they want to make fun of it and call everybody a sheep for wearing a mask. No, I care about my health and I don't care about being a sheep.
Yeah, dude. I will also tell you that in Thailand, it's also, like you say, it's a respect thing. It's like, dude, you guys have, like, there's literally no COVID in Thailand. I mean, it's statistically insignificant. So, oh, Joe says I should get you one of my shirts. You want a Gay Earth shirt? A custom-made Gay Earth shirt?
I'll be all right, I think.
Dude, that was so politically correct. Thank you. I appreciate that. What about, I mean, is your girl, like, I mean, as a Thai, has she been given any sort of like indication of, okay, so we're going to bring back tourism and you'll be able to do your job again? Or is she just like, I have no clue?
No clue.
Yeah.
She probably, I think she's still thinking it's a ways away because she talks to her boss once in a while.
Oh, okay. And he's like, no clue.
And it's Patong. It's the hardest hit. That and Koh Samui probably.
She was working in Patong Beach?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, dude. I mean, it's like a ghost town. It was.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Yeah. Well, now, to be fair, I mean, Pattaya, like right on the beach, was pretty bad too. But Patong was, I mean, not only is it like closed, but there's like potholes in the street. I mean, they're doing zero maintenance. So that was
fixing all that now. Put people to work.
Dude, I'll tell you, yeah. I mean, I go to a lot of places, and there's a ton of guys. Like, I mean, you know, obviously they overpopulate many things, like a Home Pro, for example. They way overstaffed, but I mean, there's construction guys like doing tons of work, which is really great to see. But I don't know about down here. Hey, I wanted to see, we got a bunch of guys in the chat here. Thank you for 27 of you watching. I really appreciate it. You guys got any questions for Todd? Because I mean, I've been
actually Paul does. And Paul, I did not see any COVID testing at JFK. Not yet. They're supposed to be getting it set up apparently because New York's got a travel ban for people coming into New York City now, apparently. You got to have a COVID test 72 hours before you can fly to New York from any other state now.
So JFK and LaGuardia, or like?
Yeah, all of New York. I think even Newark. I think the tri-state area, which is Connecticut, New York, New Jersey.
Okay.
If anybody coming in from out of state, they got to have a COVID test now. And apparently they got National Guards in the airport enforcing it. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little intense. That's crazy, dude. Hey, you mentioned your sister in a video the other day. Where's she back? Is she back in New Jersey?
No, she lives in St. Joseph, Missouri.
Okay.
That's where I'm originally from, St. Joseph.
All right, I know where that is. Yeah.
It's like 50 miles north of Kansas City, and it's the home of the Pony Express.
Yeah, it's way out west. Yeah.
And it's in the Midwest.
No, but I mean the west of Missouri.
Yeah, it's the northwest corner.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And
it's funny, in that northwest corner, it's all Royals fans. The rest of Missouri are St. Louis fans, Cardinals.
Yeah, dude, they're big into sports there because they got like Cardinal Stadium, and then they got Blues, and then they got I mean, they're into their sports.
Oh, yeah. So is Kansas City, especially college basketball, KU. Anywhere you go in Kansas City, they're KU fans. Even if it's on the Missouri side, they're still KU fans. I'm like one that sticks out like a sore thumb because I wear a Missouri Tigers shirt. Sorry, I'm a Tigers fan because they're from Missouri, but it kind of sucks when they went to Southeast Conference because they went to Big 12 games, man. They had some good rivalries with Kansas every year. I love that shit.
Well, as I said to you earlier today, dude, I'm from Boston, so thank you for the Red Sox jersey, dude. My Bo Sox, that brings back some good memories, buddy. That's good stuff. Joe says the Colts 13, Titans 17 is the current score. Like, who are you rooting for in that one?
Don't matter. I'm a Chiefs fan. So.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Nice.
And it's probably going to come down to the Titans at the end of the year again. with the Chiefs. So I'm hoping it's Kansas City and Tampa Bay for the Super Bowl, and we can kick Tom Brady's ass.
How did the Super Bowl play out this year? I mean, it was early enough that there were still people there, right? Or did they like?
Oh yeah, this past year in January, yeah, it didn't start anything started getting affected until probably late February, March.
All right, nice.
Because it was like very sporadic cases in the United States in January. We went to DC the weekend. My girl got there because I had tickets to a concert down there. That was her first rock concert. She liked it.
Which
then
one
we
did
went
you
to
take her to Stained? I know you were saying you got Stained tickets.
No. Well, I had a Stained ticket for August, and of course, I didn't know if she was still going to be in the United States then. Anyways, I didn't even know. I bought that ticket before I got her on the plane to get here, so I didn't buy two. I only had one. So if she was still here, she would have had to stay at the hotel, but she can go to the Hershey Park and have fun. But with COVID, nobody got to go.
Yeah. Well, okay. So what was her first rock show? Who was the band?
Beartooth was the main act. And there was one New York hardcore band. I can't remember the name.
I've never heard of Beartooth. I mean, I've heard of Stained, of course, but never.
Yeah, they're just like somewhat of an. No, they're mainstream. They're on Octane.
Oh, okay.
XM. Yeah,
I love Octane. Yeah, totally.
And I can't remember who else it was. I don't remember. It was January, but the only we even went to a show in Brooklyn in March. In the start of when it really started getting big.
Were you wearing masks?
No.
Oh, okay. Not yet, right?
But the first two bands, they canceled. They chickened out.
In March?
Yeah, in March.
Huh. Okay.
They canceled. My boy Chris, his new band, Human Impact, they played. They even started a half hour early before their set, and him and the keyboard player are just up there fucking around on stage making noise.
Right.
So I got my camera out and recorded them because there's nobody in there yet. Everybody just thought maybe they were sound checking, but it was like a 30-minute sound check. And it rolled like, right into the first song. No, the drum player finally got up there about 30 minutes later, and it rolled right into their first song. So I recorded it for him, and I ended up sending it to him. He used it. So
you like My Darkest Days?
I've heard of them. They're all right.
Yeah, I'm a fan of those guys. Porn Star Dancing is one of my favorite songs, dude. I friggin' think that's a kick-ass song.
Okay, yeah, now I know who they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Star Dancing.
My ex-girlfriend from Southern California, shocker, she had implants. She was in the video for 4 seconds because they cut from one to another.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that relationship never lasted. She wasn't the kind of girl you bring home to mom. Gracie is. So
even my ex-Korean girlfriend, yeah, somewhat, but she was so Americanized because she was adopted when she was a baby. So she's like any other typical American.
So yeah, okay, yeah. No, I get where you're going with that. Yeah, believe me, guys. If you have any more questions for Todd, oh, you know what? I also want to thank Nico Grieco, dude. He gave $2, so I can tell you right now, dude. Todd and I are gonna have a fucking smoothie on that $2, big time. So that would be kick ass. Scroll up to it, miss. Todd is all tied up and loving it. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, Hugh. He's kicking it there in Bangkok, man.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm stuck in quarantine. Oh, well. The guy next door, his kid came and seen him down on the alley behind the building.
Dad! Nice.
They live up in north of Bangkok somewhere. It's a little bit of a drive for him. And his French press coffee maker, he heated up the water in the kettle and it was too hot. And when he poured it in there, the bottom blew out. Whoops.
Yeah, always with safety. All right, so can people bring you stuff? There's no They can send you, like, how does that work? Do they need to quarantine it before they give it to you?
I don't think so. I asked the hotel yesterday if anybody can bring me anything. They go, they got to take it to the back guard. I don't know how many guards they got. I know they have one in the front when you come in the driveway, but there must be a back gate too or something. I don't know. I didn't get to look around the premises before I got sent to my room.
I'm sure. Yeah, no, totally. Did you had to pay up front, right? Like you just did you go online and just give them, or do you have to call them, or what?
I forgot how I paid, but I just paid up front.
Yeah.
I booked the hotel as soon as I got to my Riverside hotel in Camp Phnom Penh. I went ahead and paid it because I was working my way here, and I knew the flight was going to be on the 10th, so I knew what date I needed it for. So it was easy. And if I needed to change the date, they would have done it for me, as long as I gave them enough time to change it.
Yeah. So. Well, I mean, plus you had to have proof of like hotel or something, right? As part of the certificate of entry thing.
Yeah, it was. So, but there's people like, I can't find a hotel. Maybe you're not looking for the right hotel. They're trying to pick one of the cheaper ones. Guess what? Yeah, they're going to be gone. The cheaper ones probably.
Yeah, but I mean, the cheapest was like 30,000. I mean, you're paying $1,000 anyway, right? I mean, it's like 30,000 baht even for the cheapest one. So it's like, come on, dude. I mean, I'm going to be there 2 weeks. What's another friggin' $300, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing wrong with it.
I completely agree. So other than your girl, what did you miss the most about Thailand?
The beaches.
Yeah.
See, my second trip to Thailand was in 2015.
Okay.
I think it was something like 10 days. I spent 5 days in Pattaya.
Okay.
And 5 days in Bangkok.
All right.
And when I got to Bangkok, I'm like, why the fuck did I come here? I should have stayed at the beach. Actually, I think it was a 14-day trip. But I spent my birthday in Bangkok, so that was kind of cool. Nah.
Where'd you meet your girl? Did you meet her down in Phuket?
Yeah, I met her in Phuket. Actually, I met her on Facebook, I think.
Yeah. I met Gracie with the Do, I think it's called. It was an app, at the time. So yeah, we met on that, and then met in Boracay in the Philippines. Have you ever been to the Philippines?
No, never. I was married to a Filipino for a year, 2 years, 3 years. And every year she lived out in California. She had the taxes done. And every year after taxes, she would take the money and book her a trip to the Philippines and not even ask me, like, really? How dare you? And I don't even get a dime of the income taxes on that. If it wasn't for me, my job, she wouldn't have got any of that because she was working as a nurse's aide or something. She wasn't making no money.
So great communication.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How long did you last in that one? 3 years, right? You're just like, no.
About 3 years. I said, see ya. And she stuck. Guess what? She stuck with my last name because you didn't show up in New Jersey for the divorce proceedings. A request for her maiden name to be restored. So she stuck with my name. Not my job to restore your maiden name.
Yeah, that's up to her. I completely agree. Aztec, thanks for throwing Doorman's channel up there, man. I really appreciate it. So Joe's favorite song is Nickelback. Something in Your Mouth. Nickelback seems to be pretty controversial. I really like Nickelback, but it seems like the true hardcore guys think that Nickelback is like this really pop band. What's your feeling? What's your theory on that?
It's about like when they introduced Limp Bizkit. You wanted the worst, you got the worst. If you wanted the best, go get Backstreet Boys.
Fair enough. That's good. Yeah, the Limp Bizkit is pretty good. You were talking about them the other day. Hey, what about that scene in Thailand? I mean, is there like hardcore stuff here for you, like in Bangkok, or rock bands, anything like that? Has your girl told you about that?
I know there's a rock bar. It's called a rock pub. It's like when the BTS turns right at the MBK Mall.
Okay.
And goes up towards the Monument Square Circle.
Yep.
Because it's like the Monument Circle's like right at the end of the airport train too, or unless they extended the airport train past that, I don't know. The last two times I've been in Bangkok, rode the airport train, it ended at Monument Circle pretty much, just north of it.
You mean National Monument?
Yeah, the National Monument. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Monument
it's near
Circle.
Payatai. Right.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, I think when the BTS makes that right, I think it's the first stop after it makes that right turn going north. And there's a place called the Rock Pub. I went to it the first time. The Rock Pub.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. And I went to it the first time I was here in Thailand. So that's why I know it's there. But other than that, in Phuket, I don't know what, if there's any there, but I'm sure I can find it.
There's that live band in Pattaya.
Why is my Siri what?
Sorry?
Go away.
What happened? Oh,
Siri just came on. Stop. My Siri just came on and started asking me questions like, what are you doing? I didn't
Should I play Nickelback?
Yeah, should I play Nickelback? Yeah. Play Britney Spears while you're at it.
Nice, dude. Token Nomad said that he saw Stained in the Family Values Tour San Jose 2004 with Linkin Park. Nice.
Yeah.
Linkin Park too. I think Linkin Park.
Linkin Park is actually aged as well as it started. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh wow!
First time I seen Stained was in 1999 on the second stage at Rockfest in Bonner Springs, Kansas. Like one of the suburbs of Kansas City.
Rockfest, was that kind of like that national tour, like a Lollapalooza kind of thing?
No, it was a local radio station fest. But I remember when the Rock first came out and they did these shows. They did it at Liberty Memorial Liberty Memorial Park, Veterans Park, War Veterans Park. That's what it was. Mm-hmm. And there's like this big, skinny, round building at the end, and everybody calls it the Big Dildo in the Sky. Because from the train station, it's up on top of the hill, and it's up in the sky, so they call it the Big Dildo in the Sky, the War Memorial. But I remember when they first started doing concerts, they were like, nobody's showing up at those concerts because it was like the first 2 years, nobody never even heard of the radio station yet. But after the radio station blew up, concerts started blowing up, and it just got. I don't like going to big outdoor fests where there's big crowds. The only one I ever went to was Lollapalooza with Metallica and Soundgarden.
Yeah.
Like it. And actually, I went to one of the rock fests after they got blown up, and there's so many people. I just hate that many people. Maybe it's because I was getting older. I don't know. But I prefer the club concerts more than anything.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, the problem with me is that it's the same way with football. Like I used to produce, and we used to do NFL and all that stuff, and so it was like a job, right? And we used to produce concerts, and I used to do big shows and all that. And so, unfortunately, when I go there, it's like it's kind of hard to enjoy it because I'm paying attention to all of like the mechanics of it, and so.
Five-finger death punch.
Yeah, you like those guys? I was going to say I'm not a big fan. Yeah, I don't really think.
When they came out, technically they were like Disturbed. They when Disturbed,
they're not that good.
No offense stuck, but when Disturbed first came out, they shoved them down your throat, like, take this.
Yep.
But then they finally stopped doing that with Disturbed, and Disturbed got better. That was the same with Five-Finger Death Punch. They did the same thing. They just took it and shoved it down your throat, said, take this and like it. That's why I didn't like them. But they have come out with some good music, and there's some songs on their albums now that I like because they're not throwing them down your throat like they used to.
Yeah.
You can't throw a band down somebody's throat and make them take it, man, because you can't stand them after that. That's why I like these small hardcore bands. Nobody plays them on the air, and you just know them because you know them.
Yeah, but
and I'm friends with a lot of bands like that.
Well, yeah. See, that's cool, right? Like when they're your buddies. I mean, I totally dig that. I completely agree. That's awesome.
Well, of course, it helped. I met a lot while I was working as a doorman at the Hurricane in Kansas City too. So
Okay, so obviously that was. I mean, that's your channel name, and that was your handle for a while. Like, how long were you a doorman, dude?
probably 3 months.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, it lasted for the whole summer. Actually, it was longer than that, but I think maybe it was 6 months. But it was my birthday, and I did LSD at the door.
While you were working.
Oh, trust me, I could see the holograms really good on the IDs. Pretty much.
Oh my God, dude, you're a top-notch hire. Way to go, dude. Yeah, good job. Nice work.
So Stan fired me.
Yeah.
Oh well. Oh yeah, but it's all right for everybody to do cocaine while they're working. But I do LSD. That ain't good.
Yeah, I didn't really like cocaine. I just loved the smell.
Yeah.
What about the United States? So when I moved over here, I was like, okay, so I'm just going to cruise back every year and I'll like see my folks in Boston. Let's say for the sake of argument that this COVID thing peters out and obviously you're going to be over here with your girl, maybe do some Southeast Asia travel. Like, what are your plans to go back to the US?
None.
Really? Like you're done? You're like, all my bank accounts are in Thailand. I'm out of there.
I still got my Chase account and I'm trying to square that away because I thought I lost $200 from the ATM getting scammed. Actually, it wasn't. Yeah. I got hacked on a website, and the website actually noticed how it was fraudulent activity and stopped it, and they emailed me.
Oh.
And they took care of it and reimbursed me on the $200. Of course, the bank did too, but now my card is back active. Now they reactivated my card because it wasn't ATM fraud. So.
Oh, that's cool. So you don't have to wait for a delivery, so it'll actually work now.
Yeah, but it's only $153 left in it, and I'll probably put it in my transfer wise, and just close my bank account. So I don't need it. And
yeah, TransferWise works pretty well. I agree. Yeah, I use TransferWise a lot. Their customer service is killer. I know that one of the guys in the chat mentioned he hasn't had a good experience with them, but for the most part, they've been good to me. Suicidal tendencies, dude, that's going back a while.
Yeah.
Absolutely. First time I heard Disturbed, I was hooked, says Stuck in Florida. I agree, dude. Spicy sausage. Yeah, you like that one?
Yeah, I think another thing, first thing I want to do when I get out here is get some mango sticky rice. They got they sent you a special menu.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what's your menu? A lot of guys. Yeah, okay, so what's your menu?
Here, let me open the picture up.
What do you get? Like,
this is my.
Oh,
can't really read it very good.
Yeah. So you get options.
Yeah. The first set is breakfast. Second one's lunch, and the last one's dinner. Also, if you want something else, they sent me this one, and it has a lot of Thai dishes on it. But guess what? There's still no mango sticky rice, which sucks.
Come on, man. I mean, do they at least have som tam, for God's sake? At least have papaya salad?
Papaya salad. Som tam, let me see. You got stir-fried pork or chicken with hot basil, Thai omelet, fried egg, mixed fruit, ice cream. See the dessert they can. I don't even think this doesn't even have any pad thai on it. But it's got the flat noodle with thickened gravy with vegetables, stir-fried flat noodle with seafood, stir-fried flat noodle with pork or chicken. That's probably pad thai. I don't know.
Yeah, or drunken noodles or something. How's the food been? Decent?
Yeah, it's been decent. This morning was a little spicy. Had a lot of chili peppers in it. It
clears you right out.
Oh, yeah. And luckily, it didn't shoot my temperature up past 37.
Yeah, good
It was only
point.
36.5. So first day I was here, I was 30. I just had a cup of that coffee, and they asked for my temperature, and I said it was 37.5. That's a
Oh my
little
God, that's
high.
right at the limit, dude.
And I think 37.3 is the limit. And after I sent it to them 30 minutes later, they respond, "Can you take your temperature again? That's a little high." It was down to 37.0, but it was going down. And then all day, the first whole day was like 35.5, 35.6. Same with yesterday. But this morning was 36.5. So I don't know. Everybody tends to get a little.
Once you get to Thailand, though, it's not like Cambodia in the sense that, like, there could be somebody on your plane that has it, but, like, you would never know, and because everyone's quarantining for 14 days, right?
Yeah, but at least on my flight, it was a semi-commercial flight. Everybody had to be tested.
Yeah.
Even the Thais. Yeah.
Right.
It's not like a repatriation flight where they're trying to get the Thai people back. Like,
yeah.
But if you look at the Thai embassy page in TC now, it gives you both the repatriation flight schedule and the schedule for semi-commercial flights.
Also. In Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
US. Okay.
Yeah. And I don't know about anywhere else because I don't really look, but I may look for people to find a question, look at their country's embassy page, see what I can find out, kind of information I can find out for them. And one of the guys that came over here, he had to come in on a medical visa, but I guess he does already have a retirement visa here. So when he gets out of medical tourism, I think he can continue on his retirement visa that he has still valid.
But he came in on a medical, maybe because he didn't have like an OA retirement. Maybe he just had an O. They wouldn't let him in.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He was able to get in. Yeah. And Benjamin from Integrity Legal just did a video. If you're coming in on a medical visa, it's more likely you ain't going to get a retirement visa after. But if you already got one, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, like Ben is actually a really good guy. I mean, he's my attorney, and have known him for several years. And he's not free, but he's worth it for sure. I mean, you've got an attorney in the United States. I'm sure he's not free. I've had U.S. attorneys, and they're not. They're expensive.
And they're in line with the judge. So if you pay them the right amount of money, they get you over on the judge too. I've seen attorneys like that. So.
Yeah, no, for sure. Token Nomad asks, was there a test prior to boarding the flight? And the short answer is yes.
Yes, 72 hours prior. Well, the testing not, but the certificate with the negative results got to be back 72 hours prior to boarding.
Right.
So, and the good thing about it, they give you the test results and it actually has the time you took the test. Which I kind of find it hard to believe because everybody in the afternoon, I think it said 2:30. And everybody in the morning, I think it was like at 9:30s. But it didn't really matter because it mattered when you got your certificate is when your 72 hours start.
Right,
so
right.
Even though you got the next day, like I said, you get it after 5 o'clock. There's no time on it. So you got to assume the time actually starts at midnight of the day.
Right.
You get your certificate.
When you got your tests in Cambodia, the cost of all that was paid for through that like $2,000 deposit thing. Like you didn't have to pay anybody to do any of that stuff, right?
Yeah, when you first got there, but coming here, you got to pay for it because it's because $2,000 deposit for when you come in, you take your COVID test. That's all included in the $2,000. Right. But when you're coming here, they already gave you your money back. So how are they going to charge you out of that when you're coming here? It's a totally different thing.
So the tests you get there. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, see, they have 2 testing centers. One at the Khmer Friendly Hospital. Those are for people coming in the country. And then the National Institute of Public Health. Those are people going to fly. The certificates you get at the hospital are worthless. It ain't worth nothing that's written on. Except for when you're coming in the country and you got to test out of your self-isolation. It's the only thing it's good for. If you want to travel on it, you can't travel on it. So it's not, the certificates weren't made to travel for. So you have to go to the National Institute of Public Health to travel.
But again, this is in Cambodia.
Yeah.
The tests you're getting there in Thailand, is that all like included in the price of your hotel? The 14-day deal, or?
What's that? Oh, here?
Yeah, you don't have to pay cash for
Cambodia.
those tests there, right? In Thailand?
No, I think they're all included. You get 2 tests, and you even get free telemedicine appointment if you need one.
All right,
You feel
nice.
the need for one.
Paul asks a good question. He's like, how did you find a clinic to get a quick test?
Well, the thing is, where at?
Yeah, that's a good question. Right. I mean, yeah, if it was in New Jersey, obviously, like you said, included it, local clinic, included it with your health insurance, right? They paid for it.
Yeah. See, in New Jersey, I got lucky. I found the clinic they're able to get it back in 48 hours, the test result. Most places around me, you're lucky to get it back in 5 days.
Yeah, right.
So the clinic I got it done, I was able to get the tests and the results back inside of 72 hours, which makes you feel a little bit better because you don't know if you're really going to have an issue when you get to where you're going. Because apparently going to Cambodia for a while, the IATA page, or International Aviation Travel Association, or whatever page.
Yep.
Yeah. It actually said 72 hours to arrival, prior to arrival. They had it wrong for the longest time, and people were having issues when they got to Korea. Some people got turned back.
It's
because
72 hours prior to departure or prior to arrival?
Yeah, it's prior to departure because you have your results back 72 hours prior to departure. Your trip can take anywhere from normal time, like actually mine was actually pretty normal. 15 days to get to Taipei, 15 hours to get to Taipei, and 3 hours to get to Cambodia.
Right.
That's typical, 3 or 4 hours, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But there's some flights you get into some place, you may be sitting there for 2 days waiting for the next flight to go to Cambodia or to Thailand.
Yeah.
Especially in July and August. But they're getting more semi-flights coming into Thailand, so it's a little bit easier to find flights. But still, some of those airlines only doing 2 flights a week now, not every day.
Yeah, no, that's true. Jorgen asks, is the doorman in quarantine right now? Yes, exactly. He's over there in Bangkok. Yeah, but again,
unfortunately,
at least you're not in New Jersey, baby. You're friggin' making it. That's friggin' awesome.
I just wish at 4 o'clock in the morning, I would wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning if they let me go walk around this track in the backpack.
Yeah.
When there's nobody around, I can wear my mask. Give me a little bit of walking in.
Well, hold on. You're on day. You've slept there now 3 nights or 2 nights?
3 nights total, but the first day don't count.
Right, but you're on your 4. Okay, so that means what? 2 more days, and then you can walk on the roof or something?
Actually, when did I get here? I got here on the 10th. That don't count. I've been here 11 days, the 13th. I will test on Sunday, and as long as that results come back, I get to go walking on the roof on the 17th, next Tuesday.
And is there like a time limit? Or they like, look, everybody gets an hour in the yard? Like what?
That I'm not for sure about yet.
Okay.
When it gets here, I'll figure it out. But like my neighbor said, there's better views from the balcony out here off the 5th floor than there is off the roof. Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I get that.
I'll at least go up there at least one day and go look at it and take my phone and record some videos if it lets me. Without Wi-Fi, it's kind of hard to do anything on YouTube. Usually my videos that I've been posting the last couple of days out on the balcony, for some reason, I still had my Wi-Fi as soon as I walked out and started videoing. But as I point, it dropped out, and I keep getting a message that you have no internet service. Do you want to go to downloads? No. It kept on asking me that. But when I came back in the room, I got my Wi-Fi back on. I was able to download my videos.
Is your girl going to bring you a SIM and like drop it off at the front desk?
I think her sister's bringing me some stuff today. I think. I don't know. Supposed to. And hopefully she can get me a SIM.
Yeah. I mean, they're easy to, Thai person can grab it at 7-Eleven. Yeah, that'd be easy. Nice.
As long as it fits my phone, that's the thing too.
Oh, you have an Apple, right? You have
Yeah.
iPhone. Yeah. It's just a micro.
Yeah, Nano SIM card, I believe.
Is that what they call them? The super small ones or Nano? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Orange suits on the roof.
Yeah, exactly. Chained to his neighbors, picking up garbage on the side of the road. Yeah, nice. Token Nomad says he's having a rapid test tomorrow. Results in 15 to 30 minutes. Where?
But
is
it a PCR? But is it a PCR test though?
Yeah. How many different kinds are there?
Well, apparently there is a rapid test that you can get results back in 15 to 20 minutes, 25 minutes. There was one place in New York, but they weren't actually the PCR test. I think they're just called a rapid test. The RT PCRs, I think they're called real-time PCR, polymer, whatever. I don't know what PCR stands for, but okay. But the RT actually stands for real-time, not rapid test. I thought it was rapid testing. It's not rapid testing, it's real-time. But there is a rapid test. You can get results back in 20 minutes. Apparently, it got to be because look at all the football players. They got to get tested before they probably play a football game now. And they have to have results back before they can play. Look at the baseball player from the World Series. Apparently, he tested positive, and then he was out on the field after the game celebrating when they won the World Series.
That's kind of, I don't know. How did you find Cambodia as far as like walking around? I mean, was it like the minute you walked outside, like for example, when you walked out there on the river, like was everyone wearing masks, or was it just like, no? I mean, there's essentially no COVID in Cambodia either.
So they say.
Right. Yeah.
But, down in the river market or river area, there was some wearing masks, but not everybody. I don't know. There's probably more no mask but there was a restaurant right down the street. One day I go there, none of the waiters or waitresses are wearing masks. But the next day I go, they were wearing a mask. So I don't know. Mm-hmm. Depends on who's working, I guess. But when I moved over to the other place around the neighborhood, you seen a little bit more masks. But even when they started shutting down stuff again a couple of days ago before I left, you started seeing more masks.
Yeah.
Or at least I noticed more masks. I don't know if it was actually more people wearing them. But when I got in the tuk-tuk, I asked the tuk-tuk driver to wear one. Because not all tuk-tuk drivers wore their masks, but I appreciated if they did. If you wear your mask, you might get a bigger tip.
There you go. Nice.
I always gave them a tip. I don't know. Just round it off and keep the change,
Because everything's in U.S. dollars, right? I mean, it's like, $1.
It costs like 8,000 real, and I usually had real, so.
Oh, you did? You're using real? Okay.
Yeah, because you use dollars to pay for something. Half the time you're going to get change back in real. So I just convert me over the real. It was easier. It took me a couple of days to figure it out, but I think it's $1 equals 4,000 real.
Was it 4,000? Okay, I couldn't remember. I knew it was like less than Vietnam with their I think it's like 20,000 dong to $1. It's ridiculous, right?
I only got to spend a week and a half in Vietnam, so I didn't really have time to do anything. So,
yeah, I like Vietnam a lot. I'm psyched for Gracie and I to go back. Nikio asked about Ben Hart. So the short answer is you can't get it straight. Okay, so at the end of the day, here's what I recommend you do. If you seriously want to use him, and I recommend you do for a legal thing, At the end of the day, you send him 5,250 baht. That's basically it's like $130 or whatever it is. Maybe it's 150, 160 for a 1 hour consult. That's the best thing to do. And then as far as assistance with an OA visa, honestly, I mean, an OA visa, let's be clear, that's the visa you get in your home country from the Thai embassy. So Nikio, I don't know where you're from, but let's say for the sake of argument, you're from the United States. To get an OA visa, you're going to do it through the mail pretty much. And you're going to do it either at the Los Angeles consulate or the Washington, D.C. embassy, or I believe the New York, that you got your, the New York consulate, maybe Chicago. I can't remember. But at the end of the day, I mean, you can do everything through mail in the United States, and you don't need an attorney to help you get an OA visa. I mean, it's,
no,
like $350.
But you do have to have the requirements for it, like the 400,000 baht
800
in the bank account. Well, 800, yeah. Or to get here, you only need partial of that if you have a monthly income that covers the rest, or if you have the whole income that covers the whole thing. So you can,
right.
Whereas I think it's like $2,400 a month or some shit like that.
Whatever the conversion of 60,000 baht is, right? So that's like $2,100, something like that. But again, the cool thing about getting it in your home country and the cool thing about getting an OA is the money that you got to prove to them is just the money you've got in a U.S. bank account. It's not until you get over here and you either need to renew it or you're going to get an O when you need to have the money in a Thai bank account.
Well, and if you get a Type O retirement visa over here, you don't have to have the income requirement, do you?
It's sort of the same thing. Like you either have 800,000 Thai baht in a Thai bank account, or you have money coming in to the tune of like 60,000 baht a month from an outside source.
Or is it the insurance that's not required on the Type O? The insurance requirement.
So you know what's weird? I came over here on an OA, and interestingly enough, I got it like October 4th of last year, or 2 years ago, basically. And it wasn't until October like 30th that they had the insurance requirement for an OA. When I renewed and essentially extended my OA they needed life insurance. They needed to prove I had life insurance, meaning that I had like repatriation of my remains. They didn't want to have to pay to get my dead body back to the United States, kind of thing. But they did not request or require that I have health insurance over here, which is a little bit weird. But again, the requirement is not, I mean, it's like 400,000 baht or something like that of like outpatient. Yeah. It's not,
and
it's not
40,000 outpatient and 400,000 inpatient.
Exactly, which is free. I mean, so that insurance isn't that bad. Thinking because of how convoluted it all got. Well, I mean, again, dude, if you to get an OA in New York City, I mean, you're basically just using FedEx to get your documents back and forth. And
you can use I use UPS, but I don't think I really trust them that much. But when I got my Cambodia visa, I actually sent overnight to Cambodia embassy in DC and put a return overnight, come back.
Yep.
So
that's what I've done. Totally, I've been there. I mean, Nico, if you're in New York City, if the consulate is open and you can physically go there. As far as I know, the Thai consulates are pretty cool. Usually from about 9:30 in the morning till noon, you can basically show up. But again, that's long before COVID. I don't know if they're like closed down. I know that my parents were trying to renew their Canadian passports, and they couldn't just like go to the Canadian consulate in Boston. It's closed. So I don't know how it's working in New York City, but.
Well, I know on September 25th, when I was supposed to get my visa stamp, they were open. But they didn't have the stamp, and they didn't really have anything from the ministry saying I was approved, so they couldn't do anything. And they were actually open, but I think they start at 10 o'clock, I believe. They're supposed to open at 9. But I think it was 10 o'clock. That was September 25th. So from now and from then until now, anything can change. So.
But, like we've said in the past, just check the Thai consulate website, because in the U.S., they actually update them pretty well, I think.
I would check the DC webpage. It's more accurate than the NYC consulate page.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah. It takes them. They don't have all the information on the NYC consulate, but in order to apply for your visa and COE, you're going to be directed to the DC page now. That's where the online application is.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. So
but
Big Bad
where you're from, and that's where they're going to end up sending everything to anyway. So since he's up around New York, they'll send everything back to New York when they're ready to process the certificate of entry and everything to him. Yeah, they'll send it back to them.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, there's no real sort of. I mean, I went up to Los Angeles just because I wanted to see the process. Again, this was all pre-COVID, but I kind of wanted to get it like that day. I didn't want to have to worry about the mail back and forth. And all I can tell you is that if you are physically going in, make sure you have 4 copies of everything. You will likely only need 3, okay? And don't be like the dick who was like right next to me, and he's like, I've only got 2 copies. You guys didn't say anything on the website about needing 3 copies. It's like, look, dude, there's so many friggin' videos on YouTube about all the stuff you need to get to your OA. Just bring 3 copies of everything. Bring 4 copies of everything anyway. So Joe's asking, how long did it take to get your elite visa? We went through the discussion of it in the beginning, but at the end of the day, you applied for the thing, let's say for the sake of argument, the beginning of September, and you physically got the sticker in Phnom Penh at the Thai embassy about 2 months later. Is that about right?
Well, at the beginning of August, and I got it, 2 months later. But normally it takes 2 to 3 months anyways for the whole process to get approved and fly in and get it here in Thailand. But now you're just doing it at the consulate or embassy, wherever you're at, instead of flying into Bangkok to get it now. So technically it could have took me a total of a full month, but it didn't, because I was able to get it in 2 weeks, everything done, the stamp and the COE. Technically, Elite tells you to wait until you get the stamp, then apply for your COE. But they told me before I got the stamp, they knew I'm getting the stamp and I've been approved. Like I said, they told me one thing, they told the other American something else. They told him to wait until he got the stamp before submitting the TMQ. They told me to go ahead and do it. But like I said, we both ended up at the embassy the same day, getting our stamp and our certificate of entry. So the process, what can change at any moment in time. So it's not guaranteed the same everywhere. Even a guy in France, he was talking, I got my certificate of entry and my stamp at the same time. And I think he got here 2 weeks ago from France. And he's an American. Got to Bangkok or got to Cambodia to cruise over? No, Bangkok on elite visa. Yeah, I think he came like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. I haven't talked to him since he got here. Okay. The way I was looking at it is I'm like, okay, I send this guy the application for Gracie. If you guys don't know, I'm getting Gracie an elite visa, the same thing that Todd has. The way I'm looking at it and the way that Russell, who's the first guy that actually Todd recommended I talk to, and he's been awesome, is that it's going to take about a month to get approval, basically. And then about like 7 days, you said about a week for me to like give them the money and them to say, yes, okay, we have your money. And then apparently they give you like a number, right? Which is like your elite number. And that's what you use for the, what's it called? The call center, right? I mean, they have this elite the call center. Yeah. And the first email you get from him, he's going to have that number. So you just keep corresponding off that same email the whole time. Because you may forget to put that number in on a new email. And they're like, who are you?
You didn't pay it. Oh, you've paid us, sir. Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's all about privileges, you know. So Damo asks about the quarantine. Do they have people like cruising around? They can get you stuff at 7-Eleven. I mean, the short answer is not like just standing around waiting to do that. But you did have a guy get you a lighter, right?
Oh, well, when I got here, he had a lighter and he gave it to me. I think I owed him about $40. So you need it short time or long time? I go, I want to need it for a long time.
Yeah.
Short time? What am I going to do for a little, like, use it as a weasel? Yeah, light my cigarette right at the door. Here you go.
Yeah. Yeah. I just smoke the one annually. Dave, to get back to you, you're on your way down to Hua Hin. Awesome. So currently I am in Prachuap Kurikon. My train that I'm taking back will likely be tonight because I'm going to go back to Thailand. I'm going to go back to Bangkok for a couple of nights, get some stuff, and then head back down here. But the overnight train, it leaves here at it's scheduled to leave here, which means it'll leave 2 hours after that. But it's scheduled to leave from Prachuap Kurikon and go through at about 3:30 in the morning. So I'll be back in Bangkok, ideally by about 10 or 11 tomorrow morning. I'll be there for a couple of nights. So I'm not sure how long you're down in Hua Hin, but if you're not, I think we're either on Facebook or Line or WhatsApp or something like that. But hit me a message, dude. I mean, if you want to cruise down to Prachuap, I'm here all day today, basically. I'm not sure what your token nomad, or rather born nomad. Mango smoothie, mango sticky rice. Right on, dude. Very cool. Todd and I will enjoy those in Pattaya, right in front of the goddamn fireworks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's so amazing how I have not been bitten by a ninja mosquito yet since I've been here.
What floor are you on? You're probably up high enough you can have the door open all day long, right?
I'm on 5. I can't have my door to the hallway open because I think during a certain period, they have an alarm set on. Or I don't know, one day I opened it sounded like an alarm was going off.
I noticed that in your video. You're like, yeah, I can't go outside. Bip, 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 bip. Oh, shit. You know?
I don't know if that was my door doing it or there's just something out in the hallway beeping like that. I don't know. I've opened my door since and I haven't heard it. So
they're just like, listen, crazy gringo, keep your droplets inside of your own place.
I told my neighbor, yeah, when I first got here, I had 37-degree temperature, 37.5. He's like,
yeah, totally. I need some time to myself. What's your temperature? About 38 something. Well, okay, good. Dude. You got the whole beach to yourself, buddy. Stay the hell away from me. Nice work. Oh, we're at almost 2 hours. Nice, dude.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. How much we got? Oh, we got 30 guys watching. Shit, that's like a record for me. That's awesome. It's because Todd's here, which is awesome. I'm totally stoked about that. You guys got any questions for him? Though I mean, he's wealth of knowledge, big time, dude.
Or at least I try to have the right answer.
No, it's just your experience. I mean, basically, I would submit that all the stuff you're going through, dude. If I was still in America, I would be about 1 hour behind you with everything. I would be like, no, dude, I gotta get my ass the hell out of there. Oh man, it's
no white shirt, Mike. What?
For my train ride. So usually when I take these train rides, I pay like 5 cents for them, and I take the super cheap seats, and I have the windows open, and it's dusty as hell. So if I wear a white shirt, then I've tried to wash it before. Yeah, you're totally freaking dirty. Joe likes to give me shit about that. Probably because I'm not wearing a Bangkok Strange shirt. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm better not wear my white baseball jersey. Just wear the gray ones.
Yeah, dude, not your bow socks. You can't dirty that baby up. That's a classic. Now, where do you buy those? Like, do you physically go to the cities you're buying, or do you order these things on Amazon?
MajorLeagueBaseballShop.com.
Oh, okay. But I mean, obviously, you follow some.
These are the Majestic ones. They're not actually authentic. I only got like 6 authentic Majestic ones where they actually have the patches and stuff on. So these are kind of a knockoff because they're not 100%. But I've been, most of my jerseys I wore, I'd probably been to the city at one time or another.
Yeah, that's
I was a truck driver. I drove around the United States for a while, for 2 years.
What was that like? Did you dig it?
I was working for my dad, so it wasn't too bad. I mostly drove from Nebraska, Creek, Nebraska.
Okay.
From farmland plant down to Texas every week. Down to Houston.
Is that it? Just like that all basically, that was your route?
And then probably from Arkansas back to Missouri, depending on what kind of load coming back where I went. I've went all the way down to Miami, Florida. Actually, Hollywood, Florida, which is inside of Miami, to deliver 4 cans of popcorn oil.
4? How big were these cans?
The 5-gallon cans.
Okay.
Metal cans.
You're like, whatever, I'll drive it. You pay me. I don't care what it is, right?
But my dad said you can't take it unless they got a load coming back out.
Oh, okay.
Going to the Midwest. And they just happened down at Homestead, Florida, south of Miami.
Yep, I know where that is.
Plant farm down there. And they had plants going, I was going to deliver them to Home Depots. And I paid $4,000 for the load. My dad, take it.
Nice.
Okay.
There you go.
He got 75%, and I only got 25% because I was the driver. He's the owner. So
trucks aren't free, so I get it. That's good.
Yeah.
Mariano asks, "What do you do all day long, dude?"
Nothing. Watch. Actually, I started watching my Fargo season 4. I'm on episode 4. Yeah.
Nice.
And then I watch YouTube, Limp Bizkit videos. Watch I got IPTV service, so I can watch Family Guy all day. I can watch 2.5 Men, Hogan's Hero, and I'm trying to stay away from the news. Fuck the news.
Dude, I am right there with you, man. I mean, honestly, I am like binging on Grey's Anatomy because I'm like, the last thing I'm going to do is watch friggin' CNN.
I watched Grey's Anatomy from the very beginning because my girlfriend at the time liked it. So, and even after we broke up, I still watched it.
Dude, how many seasons? It's like 1,000 seasons.
Hold on, I'll tell you.
At
least on here. Hold on, I'll tell you in a couple minutes how many seasons. I got Hulu, so I think they got them all on there.
Oh, okay, nice. Hugh asks, you missed the first hour. What security software do you use across devices? You talking about VPN? I use ExpressVPN.
That's what I got.
Yeah.
I tried out a couple of VPNs, and of course, I ended up going with this one because it was, I don't know, it seemed more stable than the other ones I tried. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I use. I've been using it for like 5 years. It works on my phone. It works on my device. It's great. There's a link.
I believe there's 17 seasons.
17. Okay.
Yeah. But for some reason, not all of them are showing up. Whoa, wait a minute. What's this? Oh, all right. I don't know. This looked like new ones, man. From season 7. I have to actually Google search it, see if they got new ones, because I haven't watched it in a couple of months because I haven't seen any new shows. Grey's Anatomy is one of my favorite ones.
I think I rolled over through season 6 last night. I think just before I went to bed, I was at season 7, episode 1. So,
but these 2 new episodes they got on here for season 17, you got Meredith wearing like a complete hooded mask, and then that's on episode 1 and episode 2. The black doc, I can't remember his name. He used to be the chief of surgery, but
Richard.
Yeah, Richard. He's wearing a face mask on there, but of course he is in the hospital. Yeah, Dr. Weber.
Yep, absolutely. That's a good show.
But you're still in the McDreamy era.
Yes.
I won't destroy it. So you can watch it.
Yeah. No, what we just finished with last night in the few episodes was the shooter, the gun, the shooter guy that was running through the hospital, killing people. Remember that?
Oh, it's been a while. So
that was season
17. Yeah, that was season 6. I'm on 17. I've been watching it from the day 1. I think. I can't remember. Nice. I can't remember when they came out. But
Stuck says he suffers from road rage.
Road rage.
That's good that he's not driving a 40-ton vehicle. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Probably a wise move. Good boundary.
Yeah, half these damn truck drivers on the road ain't a fucking truck driver anyways. You don't know how to drive.
Yeah.
When I drove a truck, I had a truck that would go. So, but if I look in my mirror, I see a car coming up faster than me. I'm not going to cut him off.
Right.
I'll let him go past me.
Yeah.
Like some of these truck drivers, they see you coming up, they'll cut you off just for the stupidity of it. They know that you're going faster than them, and they want to fuck with you. They're assholes. Some of them are.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of assholes everywhere, even on the freeways, right? Token Nomad's asking about yeah. Tell them about that. Day 4, right? You're upstairs?
Nah, Mariano here.
Mariano, yep.
Yeah, Grey's Anatomy starts season 17 with a crossover with Station 19. Is that the new season?
Oh. And it's what? So like it's a new show?
No, well, Station 19 came around a couple of years ago, and they've done some crossovers with that show before. But don't worry, you ain't into that yet. You'll see that later on. And
no, I'm still in McDreamy. I'm still at McDreamy.
Yeah, you'll see that probably around season 14 or 15 when Station 19 started. Actually, but I don't even think Miranda even got the boyfriend that's the firefighter yet in season 6. So
no,
that comes later too.
Let's see.
Actually, he becomes her husband, and he works for Station 19.
Who's the Asian? I mean, I know her name is Sandra Oh. That's the actress's name. But what's her character? The Chinese lady, or she's not, but Asian woman.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's horrible that I forgot her name. Anyway, she just broke up with the trauma guy who was in Iraq.
It's like somebody knocking on my door.
Probably like, why are you yelling at your computer? And what is living my ass off really? Just finished watching 8 seasons of the original Magnum PI. Guys, you know what's funny about that? Is that's the reason I bought a VCR.
Yeah. Okay.
What's he got? Did they get your temperature?
Yeah. I don't understand. I sent it to him on the app.
Oh, they never got it?
I don't know.
But is that why they came and knocked on your door? Or was she like half naked?
Oh, yeah. They sent me a reply, said thank you. So, but I guess they just want to do a random chat, maybe. I don't know.
Did she take your temperature? Like,
yeah. She took it with the laser one or whatever. So
you're not wearing
one I got.
Right? You went to the door without anything on?
Yeah.
Good man.
See, mine is one of the digital ones, so she used to like the laser one.
It's official. There you go. Nice work. Okay, so Station 19, that's good. I don't even know anything about Station 19. I'm only at season 7, so.
All right, nice. That'll give me something else to watch in quarantine. Season 17 just started. Yeah, I kept on getting commercials. Was watching Fargo for the new Grey's Anatomy. And I was like, why am I getting? Hulu? Yeah, I watched on Hulu.
Okay, I think that's why. I mean, Hulu's got commercials, right?
Yeah, I can pay the extra money, but I think it's another $5. But go without commercials. But it's not that many commercials. Not like the commercials you get on regular TV. Get 20 minutes of commercials between settings. You only get maybe 2 tops for a minute and a half, not 5 minutes. So it's nice.
It's not bad. Dr. Christina Yang, thank you. Yeah, I love her character, by the way. She's a brilliant actress. I mean, she's actually pretty awesome. But
Christina Yang, I don't remember pediatric doctor. What's his name? Karev.
Oh yeah, he's kind of got an attitude. He's a little bit of a douche, right? I mean,
yeah.
I mean, he's supposed to be, right? Yeah.
All right.
Ted Lasso. Who's that? Ted Lasso on Apple TV? I've never heard of that. Have you?
No, I don't watch anything on Apple TV programming. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I got when I bought my iPhone 11 last year, they gave it to me for free for a year, but it was just starting and there wasn't really nothing on it, and I just haven't gotten into it. So
what do you use it for? You watch what? Hulu, YouTube, that sort of thing?
IPTV.
Oh,
I
okay.
got my
So, because are you still getting up in the middle of the night watching like races and shows and stuff, or are they all over now?
Actually, I got a P1 today at 5:00, and I don't have to get up in the middle of the night to watch racing over here, unless it's in the United States. But that ain't happening this year. So, but yeah, the Turkey Grand Prix. I don't know what they're calling it. The Turkey's Grand Prix 2020. So practice one's at 5:00 today, and P2 was at 7:00.
The Turkey Grand Prix. What do they call it? The gobble gobble? The gobble gobble race?
The Turkey's Grand Prix. And what sucks, they got the schedule out for next year, and the date that the new Vietnam Grand Prix is supposed to happen this April, that got canceled, postponed because of Rona.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually wanting to go, but that kind of got thrown out the window when my girl came to the United States. So there wasn't no way we could both go to Vietnam, go watch the race for the weekend, and go back to the United States because their visa only allows her one entry to get married.
Oh, you got her a fiance visa to come to the U.S.? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Colts 34. Wow. Colts came back and kicked in their ass.
Yeah, I mean, they were pretty solid.
Phoenix River. Philip Rivers. Used to be the San Diego quarterback. He's in. Oh, he's a Colts player now.
I definitely don't know that. House shows. Yeah, I need to go back and watch those. I probably will. American college football hired a coach at Premier League soccer team, so lots of cultural football stuff. Right on. Maybe, but I mean, if it's only on Apple TV, that won't be available to me, and you don't have it anymore, right?
I don't have it anymore. Unless it's free. I don't know. So.
Hugh, what are you talking about? Saw the podcast talking about your temp. They are watching you. I'm unfamiliar with what you're talking about, Hugh. Sorry, must have missed a comment or whatever. You mean Apple TV is watching us?
No, the nurses must be watching my YouTube channel. That's what he meant.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Yeah, actually, that's. Oh, wait, is she a nurse? She's not just like a staff member?
I think she's a nurse. I don't know. She's probably some type of nurse.
Did she have that cute little outfit like they wear in Halloween?
No, she had like the blue chemical suit type. I don't know.
So she looked like Christina Yang.
Yeah, pretty much. She wearing a mask, face shield, and all that. I guess she wanted to make that. But I answered the door. I put my mask on. So
yeah, right, sure.
Shows them I'm serious about my shit. I just don't open the door, coughing all over the fucking place. If I am, at least I got my mask on.
Just got out of the shower. Hope that doesn't bother you. You're a medical professional, though. You've seen a naked man before. Not like this.
Put my mask down there. I got something.
There you go. How you doing there, sweetheart? Covering up the droplets. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, that's another good thing about the hotel at the base in Pattaya. That apparently there's 2 swimming pools, one downstairs and one on the roof.
Now, did they talk about being allowed to use those, or they just gave you the date of when you could walk on the roof?
Oh, no, I'm talking about when I get to Pattaya, there's going to be a swimming pool I can use.
Oh, yeah, the base. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
They got some nice ones for sure.
And I'm sure Pattaya Beach is going to be packed because of fireworks, even for the weekend probably. But I'm thinking about going to the beach north of it. You think that's going to be busy too? I think it's probably the beach you go to.
The beach
I don't know what beach. Yeah.
Naklua?
I don't know.
You mean like up near the Sanctuary of Truth?
Yeah, up north of that.
North of that like Bang Sien?
Well, there's that big one. Looks like I don't know. The only beach I've been down there is Pattaya Beach. I've never been to none of the other beaches. I know Pattaya Beach runs all the way up Beach Road down to Walkie Street. South
but
of that.
Jom Tien is cool. Jom Tien's nice.
Yeah, but probably have a lot of people there because people going down there too. Probably, I don't know. But I can always go down to Jompion Beach. That's actually south. That may be all right.
There's a cool night market over there. It's I mean, it's more family beach, right? But
I was thinking about going, maybe up north of Sanctuary of Truth there. I don't know.
Sanctuary of Truth's cool, dude. If you've never been there, I highly recommend it. It's fun. It's awesome looking.
All right.
Yeah.
Do they got a beach right there?
The short answer is yes, but it's more like a wall, basically. I mean, there's water there. But there's no. I mean, you don't like walk on it like Pattaya Beach, so there's no sand.
All right.
Really, look a little bit.
I like over at Gravity, the main beach. There's a seawall right there. There's very little sand beach right there.
Yeah, unless it's low tide in Krabi. Yeah, like Ao Nang.
Yeah. You got to go down and take the boat down to the south on the beaches down there where there is beaches. I keep on wanting to take a drink of coffee, and I don't have no coffee.
Down to
it's a good thing I didn't drink no coffee. I'm gonna take my temperature. Oh, you're 38 degrees.
You're like, oh, it's just the 3-in-1, sweetheart. All right, Joe keeps asking about the hair clippers. He said they were nice sounding. What's the deal with these hair clippers? Is this a video that I missed?
Probably.
So Token Nomad, go ahead. Sorry.
The two plugs they got in the wall here, they're kind of like American wall plugs.
I can't see them. Put them in front of the camera.
Not only do you have the plug where these fit.
Oh, okay. Oh, dude, 220. Look out.
Well, these clippers, they apparently are 110 because the safety thing right there. On the clipper, I think it's only made for a 110 plug-in, but you can plug in 110 products in this wall because in Cambodia I couldn't plug these in because it didn't have the wider side.
Yeah. Well, look on the actual clippers. It may have a switch because if it's a motor, then it's going to have 110 or 220. Have you plugged it in yet? You might burn the motor up. I wouldn't recommend it yet, unless you.
I think it's probably almost there, anyways. Listen to these bad boys.
Yeah. Are they from the U.S.?
Yeah. Well, they may just need oil. I may need a little bit of oil for them.
Maybe.
And they may be dried up.
Depending upon how sophisticated it is, I mean, it's from the U.S. It's used to 60 cycles, and if it's a motor, then obviously if it's running at 50 cycles, it'll sound a little bit weirder. But for the most part, if you haven't burned the motor up with 220, you should be fine.
Yeah, but I could probably use some oil for them.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I lost the motor oil for him a long time ago somewhere, but I'm sure I can find some somewhere.
You travel with maybe some 10W30?
Yeah, right. I'm thinking about seeing if I can find a pair here that like runs on like a lithium battery, rechargeable battery. Pair of hair clippers. Why, even though going to a barber shop is only what, $2 maybe?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, if you have to do it inside, but once you can go outside, it's like, 100 baht, and you're golden, dude. They'll give you a shave too.
Yeah, it was like $2 over in Cambodia for a haircut, and he asked me, "Do you want to shave?" I go, "No, I'm all right." Actually, I shaved yesterday, so I can only go so long.
Days. I get kind of lazy. Token Nomad asks, are there any good NFL bars in Bangkok? Mariano seems to think that the game Bangkok on Sukhumvit 9. I'm unfamiliar with that one. I don't know if you ever went to any like sports bars when you were in Bangkok. I don't really go.
Nah, maybe the Stumble Inn is a sports bar, maybe in Nana Plaza.
Over on Nana, yeah.
It's right there at the beginning of the road. I've been in that bar just to have a beer, just to say I went to the Stumble Inn because a couple of my coworkers at the tunnel, they used to go to the Stumble Inn on 2nd Avenue. And I just stumbled across that bar I had to send him a picture. Hey, if you think there's a stumble in New York, there's one here in Bangkok, dude. Come here and be right at home.
Let me show you why this one's better.
Yeah. Or let me explain why.
2-3 games a month, but I've won them. Oh, okay. He's talking about betting on the. Okay, that makes sense. His pool.
And probably most football games they got on over here ain't American football sports bar. It's more soccer, European football.
Yeah,
Soccer.
agreed. Yeah, because you're going to like Irish pubs sometimes, or they have Aussie pubs too that are turning into that. Sudarot, good to see you. Thank you for coming by, man. Appreciate it.
But it's still football, not football.
Mm-hmm.
We're on a bus with some Germans in Germany. They wanted to play American football, so we got a game going at the base, and they were able to come get them in on the base, so we were able to play football with some German guys.
Nice, dude. That's pretty cool. That's great. Where are we at here? Oh, dude, 2 hours and 15 minutes. This has been a great live stream. I think I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to head out, and I'm going to get myself a mango smoothie. How's that sound?
Well, you go bring me one if you want, or have Dana bring me one to the guard. He might drink it himself, but
that's true. I'll just go to the guy and say, hey, look, at the guy that you gave the lighter to, give him this friggin' smoothie.
I asked him, can I order some mango sticky rice? Because no, that's not on the menu. Oh, come on.
This isn't Thailand. You guys are lying to me.
Oh yeah, that's another thing they told me. You can have stuff brought in, but no alcohol. I go, I think I can wait until I get to the beach to have a sing-up. So don't worry.
Yeah, that's
no alcohol.
Shouldn't be too bad.
No. And I already had my sing in Cambodia, so they sold it at the store, so I bought me one. And it's only a real sing if it's in a bottle. That's what I was told.
Yeah, not in a can. Yeah, that makes sense. Nice.
But one store only had cans, so I had to settle for a can. So, but the other store had bottles. I was all right.
Nice. All right, guys. Well, hey, we're going to call it here. Thank you so much, Todd. Awesome seeing you, brother. Thanks so much,
Thank you
man.
for having me.
Indeed.
I appreciate it.
I'll talk to you soon, man. Very soon, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Oh, wait. Are you having a gratitude attack? I won't stop if you're going to start. Awesome. Right on, dude. Right on.
Don't worry.